You know who I feel sorry for? Stink bugs. Because they used to be the thing that freaked us all out, and now we have lanternflies. So they're passé. They're so 2018. And the thing is that stink bugs didn't change. The world did. And I identify with them. I hate change. I'm fighting it every day of my life. I've had the same clothes for 30 years, the same house, the same wife. We'll see how the speech goes, though. I took my bike into a repair shop last week. When I walked in, it's a bicycle, both workers started laughing hysterically and said, "Where'd you get that from, the Wizard of Oz? Ah! Where's Toto?" And so I just said, "Could you repair my bike?" The younger guy, he had a man bun, he was tall, and the man bun said to me, I said, "I want to repair my bike." He goes, "Why, it's on hospice already." The older guy was a little bit more sympathetic. He had a beard, and he was like he sounded like a veterinarian telling me to put the dog down. He's just like, "You got to let it go." Then the man bun puts his arm around me and starts walking me around and goes, "Listen, Chief," which is always a great sales technique. "Listen, Chief." He walks me over to this other bike and goes, "We could spend a couple $100 fixing that heap of junk you have, or for a few $100 more, you can get this bike here. It's got 18 gears, GPS system, teach you to speak French." And I said to him, I pulled my phone out, and he said, "Is that a Blackberry?" I go, "Damn right it is. Fix my bike." Now, I do have a Blackberry. It was given to me 18 years ago at my job. And at the time, I fought it. I said, "What is this clickety-clack machine?" But my 3 kids, it was the way I could communicate with them. What I would do is I'd be sitting in a room with them, and I'd text them. I'd say, "Please look at me. I miss your face." And they'd text back, "Oh, Dad." But then one day, the inevitable happened. It was about, 5, 6 years ago. One day I came in, my Blackberry had been replaced, and they put a smartphone there. And the minute I heard the word smart, I knew I was screwed. I couldn't handle it. I put it back on their desk after a couple days, my boss's desk, and I said, "I need a phone with buttons. Please give me back my phone." And I came in the next day, they had put a walkie-talkie in my desk. When I left that job, I bought all the Blackberries they had. I have a box of them at home. I'm going through them one by one, and then I'm going off the grid. Now, my wife tries to change. She tries to evolve. She tries to adopt. She gave me a book for my birthday, which a couple weeks ago, it said, "How to Talk to Strangers." And I are you leaving me? And I think that's based on last year, she signed us up for a cruise to go in the Danube and see Europe and whatever. And the worst person in the world for that, because at this point in my life, I have no small talk left. I have no filter. And a cruise is 8 days of 3 meals a day, forced interaction with a group of strangers, average age 73, who are all drinking like crazy. I sat there for 3 days of sullen silence. And finally, at one meal, I blew up. And I go, "Okay, we spent an hour on plastic surgery and skin cancer. What's next?" There was a stunned silence, and then this guy goes, "How's your prostate?" And the sad thing is, I could do a whole prostate slam, the prostate monologues. I mean, my daughter sent a text to my wife when we were in Europe. "How's Dad enjoying his tour of the great bathrooms of Europe?" But here's the epiphany, though. We actually had an epiphany because we were in Slovakia, and we were at this hill overlooking the Danube River, and over the river was Austria. And my wife is always curious, and she always wants to evolve and adapt and change. And she said to the tour guide, who was a middle-aged woman, "What was it like growing up in a communist country?" And the woman said, "Well, in 1968, the Russians invaded Czechoslovakia, and 2 years later, I was born. And then when the Iron Curtain fell in 1989, my teenage friend and I, for the first time, we're going to go into this country that we'd heard so much about and see Vienna. We were standing in line at the border, and there was a guy nervously pacing next to us, smoking a cigarette. And we said, what's going on?" He goes, "In 1968, I sent my 4-year-old son to go live in Austrian freedom, and I'm going to be seeing him for the first time in 21 years. Then she said she walked through with her teenage friend through the gate, and the guard said, "Welcome to Austria." And she said it was so thrilling, they went back out, and they came back in again. Because it was like he was saying, "Welcome to freedom." And I take a lot of things for granted. I take a wife and children that change on a daily basis, and it impresses me how they do. I take my freedom for granted. We all have the freedom to change or to blissfully remain a stink bug.